Hello everyone and welcome back to the mathematical mindset. So right here guys, we want to simply talk about the adjoint of a matrix. So definition, the adjoint or adjacent of a square matrix A is the transpose of its cofactor matrix. That is, if C is the cofactor matrix of A, then the adjoint of A is given by the adjoint of A is equals to the cofactor transpose. Alright, so in order for you to be able to get the adjoint of a matrix, all you have to do is to find the transpose of its cofactors. Now these are the steps that you can use to find the adjoint of a matrix. Step 1. Find the cofactor of each element. That is, you compute the determinant of the minor matrix obtained by deleting the row and column of each element. And you must apply the sign pattern, that is minus 1 raised to the power of I plus j, where I represents the row and j represent the column what indices. Step 2, you want to simply construct the cofactor matrix. Now you want to arrange all the cofactors into a matrix, and lastly you take the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Now if you want to simply learn how you can find the transpose of the cofactor matrix, you want to simply go onto our series in our playlist and search for the transpose of a matrix. So in order for you to be able to get the transpose of a cofactor matrix, all you have to do is to flip the rows and columns, then you get towards the adjoint. So let's take a look at the example of a 2 by 2 matrix. So we said let A be equals to 4 3 2 5. So we have to find the adjoint of this matrix. So let's simply go into what step 1. Alright, so step 1 says that we should actually find the cofactor of each element. So the cofactor of each element, and remember to apply the sign pattern, and we have the sign pattern to be minus 1 raised to the power of what I plus j. Alright, where I is the row and j is the column. So for C11 we have this to be C11, so the row and column that belongs to C11 is out, so we have 5 to be left. So we have that the cofactor to be what 5. So we're going to apply the sign pattern, so we have this to be minus 1 raised to the power of I is 1 and j is 1. So this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 2, and this is equals to 1, which makes this to be what positive. So if this is positive, this implies that C11 is equals to positive what 5. Alright, so let's go to C12, which is equal to, so we have this to be C12. So for C12, the row that belongs to C12 is out, and the column that belongs to C12, right, is out. So for that we have 2 to be left. So we have that C12 is 2. So we want to apply the sign pattern, and we have the sign pattern to be minus 1 raised to the power of what I is 1 plus j is 2, and this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 3, and this is equals to what minus 1. Alright, so we have that this is minus 1, so we have C12 is equals to minus 1 multiplied 2, and this is equals to what negative what 2. So we go for C21, which is equal to, so we have this to be C21, so the row that belongs to C21 is out, and the column that belongs to C21 is out, so we have 3 to be left. So we have that C21 is 3. So we want to apply the sign pattern, whereby we have minus 1 raised to the power of what 2 plus 1, which is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 3, which is equals to what minus 1. So we have that C21 is equals to minus 1 multiply what 3, and this is equals to what minus what 3. So we have that C21 is equals to what 3. So lastly, let's go for C22, and this is equal to, so for C22, this is C22, so the row that belongs to C22 is out, the column is also out, so we have 4 to be left. So we have that C22 is 4, and apply the sign pattern, we have this to be minus 1 raised to the power of what 2 plus 2, and this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 4, and minus 1 raised to the power of 4 is 1. So we have that C22 is equals to, so since this is a positive one, this implies that C22 is equals to what plus what 4. So we are done with step 1. Now step 2 says we are to construct the cofactor what matrix, that is arrange all the cofactors into a matrix. So we are going to say step 2, which is what construct the cofactor matrix. So we have that C is equals to, so for C11 we have C11 to be 5, for C12 we have C12 to be minus 2, C21 we have it to be minus 3, and C22 we have it to be what 4. Alright, so we have this to be the cofactor matrix, and step 3 says take the transpose of the cofactor what matrix. So we have this to be step 3 is equals to what, step 3 is to take the transpose. So we have that the adjoint of A is equals to the cofactor what? Transpose. So this is equal to, flip the row and column. So for the row we have 5 minus 2. So I've been able to flip the first row to be a column, and flip the second row we have minus 3 and what? 4. And this becomes the what? Adjoint of A. So this is how you can find the adjoint of a 2 by 2 matrix. Alright, so right here let's simply go on to example of a 3 by 3 matrix. Alright, so we have the example of a 3 by 3 matrix. We said let A be equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and we want to simply find the adjoint of A. So the step 1 simply says we add two what? Compute the co-factor. Compute the cofactor. So we want to apply the sign pattern, which is minus 1 raised to the power of what? I plus j, where I is the row and j is the what? Column. Alright, so the first thing we want to start with what? C11. So for C11, this implies that this is C11, alright? So this means this row is going out and this column is going out. So we have this to be 5 6 8 9. Alright, so we have here, so this is equal to 5 times 9 minus 6 times 8. We want to look for the determinant, and this is equals to 5 multiplied 9 is 45 minus 6 multiplied 8 is 48, and this is equals to what? Minus what? 3. So let's apply the sign pattern. We have minus 1 raised to the power of what? 1 plus 1 is equals to what? Minus 1 raised to the power of 2, and this is equal to minus 1 raised to the power of 2 is plus 1. So we can say that C11 is equals to plus 1 multiply minus 3, and this is equals to what? Minus 3. So we are done with C11. So let's go on to C12. So this is equal to, so right here we have this to be C12, okay? So the row goes out and the column goes out. So we have this to be 4 6 7 9. Alright, so we take the determinant, which is 4 times 9 minus 6 times what? 7, and this is equals to 4 times 9. We have that 4 times 9 is 36 minus 6 times 7 is 42, and this is equals to what? Minus what? 6. So we want to apply the sign pattern. We have the sign pattern to be minus 1 raised to the power of what? 1 plus 2, and this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 3, which is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 3 is minus 1. So it implies that C12 is equals to minus 1 multiply minus 6, and this is equals to what? 6. So we have C12 to be equals to what? 6. Alright, so let's go on to C13. Alright, so I've been able to paste the matrix right here. So we're going to say C13 is equal to, so this is C13, so this implies this row is going out and this column is going out. So we have this to be 4 5 7 what? 8. Alright, so if you take the determinant, we have this to be 4 times 8 minus what? 5 times 7, and this is equals to 4 times 8 is 32 minus 5 times 7 is what? 35, and this is equals to 32 minus 35 is going to give us what? Minus 3. So applying the sign pattern, we have minus 1 raised to the power of 1 plus 3 is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 4, and minus 1 raised to the power of 4 is plus 1. So we have that C13 is equals to plus 1 multiply minus 3, and this is equals to what? Minus 3. So we are done with the first row right here. So let's go on to the second row. So we have C21 is equal to, so for C21, so this is C21, this row is going out and this column is going out. So we have this to be 2 3 8 9. So if we multiply this, find the determinant, we have 2 times 9 minus 3 times 8, and this is equal to 2 times 9 is 18 minus 3 times 8 is what? 24, and this is equal to 18 minus 24 is going to give us minus what? 6. So let's apply the sign pattern. So applying the sign pattern, we have this to be minus 1 raised to the power of what? 2 plus 1, and this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 3, and this is equals to what? Minus 1. So this implies that C21 is equals to minus 1 multiply minus 6, and this is equals to what? Plus 6. So we have that C21 is equals to what? 6. Alright, so we are done with C21. So let's go on to C22. Alright, so we have this to be C22. So this implies this row is going out, this column is going out. So we have 1 3 7 9 to be left. So if you look for the determinant, we have this to be 1 times 9 minus 3 times 7, and this is equals to 1 times 9 is 9 minus 3 times 7 is what? 21, and this is equals to minus 12. So apply the sign pattern, we have minus 1 raised to the power of what? 2 plus 2 is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 4, and this is equals to plus 1. So this implies that C22 is equal to plus 1 multiply minus 12, and this is equals to what? Minus what? 12. So let's go on to C23. So we have this to be equal to, so for C23 we have this to be C23, so this row is going out and this column is going out, so we have this to be 1 2 7 8. So take the determinant, we have the determinant to be 1 times 8 minus 2 times 7, so this is equals to 1 times 8 is 8 minus 2 times 7 is 14, and this is equals to what? Minus what? 6. So apply the sign pattern. We want to apply the sign pattern, so we have the sign pattern to be minus 1 raised to the power of 2 plus 3, and this is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 5, and minus 1 raised to the power of 5 is minus 1. So this implies that C23 is equals to minus 1 multiply minus 6, and this is equals to what? 6. So we have for C23. So we are done with the second row right here, so let's go on to the third row. So for the third row, we have C31, and we have this to be C31. So this is going out and this is going out. So we have this to be 2, 3, 5, 6. And if we look for the determinant, we have this to be 2 times 6 minus 3 times 5. And this is equals to 2 times 6 is 12 minus 3 times 5 is what? 15. And this is equals to what? Minus what? 3. So apply the sign pattern. We have this to be minus 1 raised to the power of 3 plus 1 is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 4. So we have this to be equals to what? Minus 1 raised to the power of 4 is 1. So this implies that C31 is equals to plus 1 multiply minus 3, and this is equals to what? Minus 3. So let's go on to C32. So we have C32 to be equal to, so we have this to be C32. So this implies this column is out and this row is out, so we have 1 3 4 6 to be left. So we have this, we find the determinant. We have 1 times 6 minus 3 times 4, and this is equals to 1 times 6 is 6 minus 3 times 4 is 12. So this is equals to what? Minus 6. So applying the sign pattern, we have minus 1 raised to the power of 3 plus 2 is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 5, and minus 1 raised to the power of 5 is minus 1. So this implies that C32 is equals to minus 1 multiply minus 6, and this is equals to what? 6. So we are done with C22. So lastly, let's solve for C33. Okay, I'm just going to manage out the space. So we have, so we're going to say for C33, so this is C33 is equals to, this row is out, this column is out, so we have this to be 1 2 4 5. All right, so we have this to be equal to, look for the determinant, 1 times 5 minus 2 times 4, and this is equals to 1 times 5 is 5 minus 2 times 4 is 8, and this is equals to minus 3. So apply the side pattern. We have minus 1 raised to the power of 3 plus 3 is equals to minus 1 raised to the power of 6, and minus 1 raised to the power of 6 is equals to plus 1. So this implies that C33 is equals to what? Plus 1 multiply minus 3, and this is equals to what? Minus 3. So we are done looking for all the cofactors right here. So from here we have C11 to be minus 3, C12 to be 6, C13 to be minus 3, C21 to be minus 6, C22 to be minus 12, C23 to be minus 6, C31 to be minus 3, C32 to be 6, and C33 to be what? Minus 3. So we are done with step 1. Now we are on to step 2. Now step 2 says we are to form the cofactor what? Matrix. Alright, so forming the cofactor matrix, we have that C is equal to, we have C11 to be minus 3, C12 to be 6, C13 to be minus 3, C21 to be 6, C22 to be minus 12, C23 to be 6, C31 we have it to be minus 3, C32 to be 6, and C33 to be what? Minus 3. So we have been able to form the cofactor what? Matrix. So let's go lastly into what? Step 3. Now step 3 simply implies that we are to transpose the cofactor what? Matrix. So we have that the adjoint of A, which is equals to the transpose of the cofactor, is equal to, so flip the row and column. We have minus 3, 6, and minus 3, 6, minus 12, and 6, minus 3, 6, and minus what? 3. So we have this right here. So I've been able to find the adjoint of this 3 by 3 what matrix. So this is how you find the adjoint of the 3 by 3 what matrix. All right. So guys, I want you to simply try out this exercise problem right here and leave the answer below in the comment section. So with this guys, I'm going to see you in the next video. And if you have not yet subscribed to the mathematical mindset, please do where to click onto that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. And I'm going to see you in our next series on matrices.